Continuity, right?
That's right.
You want me to do the sunglasses thing?
Yeah, just don't wave back.
So you can't do it until you're in frame, which...
Just do it. Just do it naturally. It's okay. Don't listen to him. He's not the director. We'll take your feedback, not Brett's.
I can see. I'm the one that can see.
You only got about 10 minutes before the air comes out of those tires again. Hey, what's up y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Now today, I'm going to reveal to you the secret to having the most beautiful lawn on the block. And I promise you, it's not gonna be anything that you were expecting, but it is gonna be the most important thing, probably one of the most important videos I've ever made on this channel for those of you of all skill levels who are looking to have a beautiful lawn.
So the way I look at it, there are essentially 4 different types or categories of DIYers. The first one here is that new homeowner. He's excited because he's got his first lawn, but he's not really sure what to do. So he goes to Home Depot with all kinds of excitement and optimism, and usually this guy ends up buying grass seed, because of course, grass seed is the solution to all problems. Likely this guy will end up going on YouTube and looking for lawn care tips when the grass seed never germinates because he doesn't water it enough. The second category of DIYer is your dad. He's been using the Scott's program since he was young, and so is his dad before him. And yes, this t-shirt for sure reveals my big fat jelly rolls. I'll be working on that all summer. Now you know why I wear baggy fishing shirts all the time. The third category is probably where most of you fall in. You're already dominating your neighborhood. You're used to neighbors slowing down to look at your lawn. They even take pictures to take back to show to their family members. The fourth and final category of DIY are the professors. These guys and girls take their lawn chemistry to a new level. These are the only people in the world that actually own Pylex. These are the elite amongst us. And we don't really hang out with them too much because I have no idea what they're talking about 99% of the time.
So no matter which one of those categories you fall into, and by the way, I'll show you some pictures of some folks that watch this channel or have used one or two of my strategies, or sometimes all of them, and this and this and that. The one thing that unites all of these people is that they actually enjoy lawn work. And that's the key, that's the secret. Now in this video, I'm actually gonna teach you some tricks or some tips on how to actually enjoy lawn work, because over the years as I've been doing this, I've realized that that's really the biggest holdback for a lot of people. And lately I've been talking about what I call street legal lawn care. Street legal lawn care is really about, instead of following a book or a rule on how to take care of your lawn, it's really about what do you do in the streets or in your own lawn that helps you to get down the road to success. And this is one of those kind of philosophies when it comes to street legal lawn care. I don't care what the book says you should do. What matters is you have to enjoy the work first, because we're humans, right? And if we enjoy what we're doing, we will not only do it more often, but we will do it better, and we will seek to improve, and that then will lead to further success down the road. Okay, so let me give you some tips now on how you can actually begin to enjoy your lawn work. And these are gonna be pretty practical, but I think you'll get something out of them, because again, if I can get you to enjoy it, if you like what you're doing, you will definitely be more successful. It's that way with everything in life. So the first one is mowing. I mentioned in last week's video, which I'll link up there in the eye, that mowing is the very most important thing you can do when it comes to having a nice lawn. And I think a lot of times people don't like mowing. They don't enjoy the mow. I've started that hashtag years ago because it really means something, enjoy the mow. So First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link you to a video up there in the eye. I think it's one of the very best videos I've ever put out, at least I think so. And it's about choosing the right lawnmower. It's not choosing a lawnmower brand, but about choosing the right lawnmower and some different things you might wanna look at, some considerations based on lawn size and things like that. It's a really good video if you're somebody that's looking to buy a lawnmower to watch before you do. But with that, I'll still give you a couple quick tips right now that have to do with helping you enjoy the mow. So the first tip here is you want to get yourself a lawnmower that you will actually enjoy using. It's kind of like buying a car, right? If you don't enjoy driving your car, if it's uncomfortable for you, it's not pleasant, right? But if you have a car that you like driving, if you like the way it feels, the way it handles, you'll want to drive it more, or at least your commutes to work will be better, your trips will be better, you know what I'm saying, right? So this is a Toro. You guys know I'm a Toro man. I have been a Toro man since long before Toro cared about influencers. This is Angus, and by the way, the name got scraped off. But anyway, his name is Angus, and that goes because Toro is the bull, and this is a black bull, and so that's why he's named Angus. It's not after AC/DC, even though that's pretty cool too. But the first tip I will give you is you want to get a mower that is self-propelled, meaning you don't have to push it. It propels itself. Mowing should not feel like CrossFit. It's not for that purpose. Of course, there is some exercise that you get here when you do mow, but you're gonna do better if your mower is self-propelled. And by the way, you want rear wheel drive self-propelled. A lot of times mowers that are front wheel drive self-propelled are cheaper. The problem with that is after you go down the row here and then you have to turn, your drive wheels are now off the ground. So you're actually having to pull the mower around the turn. Whereas when it's rear wheel drive self-propelled, the lawnmower pulls you around the turn. So it's just one of those little things. The other thing is if your lawn is bumpy and you're going through, typically when you hit a bump, it's the front wheels that are gonna come off the ground, and that means your drive wheels leave the ground and you don't have self-propulsion anymore. So when you have rear wheel drive, it tends to push the mower through, which even on a bumpy lawn gives you a more comfortable mow. And the last little tip here is you want a lawnmower that you think looks cool. I like the black, I think it looks cool. You know, same thing with your car, right? If your car looks cool, you enjoy driving it a little more. It's kind of a vain thing, but it's true and it works and it helps. So that is the #1 thing. Remember, mowing is half the battle. If you can mow your lawn properly and mow it often, twice a week I say, weeknight lawn work on Thursdays and then again on the weekends, if you can do that no matter what your grass type, you're gonna have a more healthy lawn. And by the way, even the most, salad bar weedy lawn looks better after a good cut. It does. And so it is so important that you really enjoy mowing and that you look forward to mowing. And with that, let me give you another tip to help you enjoy the mow. So one of the things that I look forward to when I'm mowing is listening to some music or a podcast, but usually it's music these days. And I just think there's nothing better than taking some noise canceling headphones, putting those in to protect your hearing from the mower, and then going ahead and destroying your hearing with loud music at the same time. But either way, I've actually created some playlists for you that I like to listen to. Now, my music taste is all over the board. I like pretty much everything. I know a lot of people say that, but I really mean that. I'm not one of these guys that goes, today's music sucks. I'm not a boomer like that. I like today's music and I like old music and I like everything in between. So I'm gonna go ahead and link below to a bunch of playlists that I've made that are all Enjoy the Mow playlists. And I make them on Google Play, but I think you can listen to them anyway. But a lot of times guys will take and move them over to Spotify for me. So if they do that, we'll link those below in the comments. But I've got quite a few playlists that I've built up now over the years to help you enjoy the mow. And each one kind of works on a different mood. Wednesday night, you get home from a rough day at work, or maybe your boss yelled at you in front of everybody on a Zoom call, and so you need to let out a little grunge, you need a little saliva, you need some POD, maybe you want to rock out to a little rock superstar, that kind of stuff. I got that kind of playlist, as well as I got some kind of like 90s country stuff. I got some, I don't know what kind of music you call it. I call it 80s revisited. I'll put what they call it, but it's music today that sounds like 80s to me. I really like that stuff. Just a lot of really cool different playlists of all in between. So I'll put those there before you, because I'm telling you, if you get that music on and you get that mowing going, it's really like me time. It's time when nobody's gonna bother you, because the mower's loud, so they know you can't hear them. So you can really just zone out and actually think about nothing. I don't know if you guys are like me, but sometimes when I've had a long day, or even when I haven't, I just like to think about nothing. And that's what mowing can do. It can give you that time, and that can add to the enjoyment and even make you want to do it more. Okay, so mowing is not only for aesthetics, it's also for the health of the lawn. We've talked about that. But there is something you do that's for aesthetics that is really important. It's like, if you don't do this, it's like leaving the icing off of your cake. And that is your string trimming and your edging. Those two things can, again, take the crappiest lawn and really make it stand out. A nice cut, even on the worst lawn, and a beautiful edge and nice string trim really brings the bar up. And what that does is it gives you encouragement to keep going and getting better. So let me talk about a conversion that I've made finally. So those of you that have been watching for a while, you know that I've always been a gas man.
Did he say X-Man?
That's been my thing. I've used Echo, and they haven't failed me. I actually have the same blower that I had in Indiana from years ago. This is my PB something or another, 250LN. I've had this, I couldn't even tell you how many years I've had it. Still has the same spark plug too, by the way. I did have to change some of the lines and stuff on it last year, but super reliable unit. I run this VP 50-to-1 in it, always have. I think that's probably why it runs so well. By the way, sorry for the air conditioning noise. It's already in the 80s here in Florida. So as reliable as that blower has been, and also my trimmer edger that I have now fully converted to battery powered tools when it comes to the maintenance, the edging and the trimming and the blowing. And that is because battery technology has finally gotten to a point where, for the DIYer, and also getting there for pros, but for the DIYer for sure, it performs just as well or better than gas. And so that's what I have always said over the years is I will never switch fully to battery or switch to battery until I have to, number one, not pay more, and number two, that I get the same quality of use or the same length of use out of the battery. And battery technology has certainly come a long way. Now I will tell you, as far as I'm concerned, the gold standard in the industry is Ego. This is the only Ego product I have. I have had their mowers before, but I gave my Ego mower away. But to me, there isn't anything better. Now this is the carbon fiber shaft trimmer here. So this is one of the higher end models. And I will tell you that at first I didn't like this because this carbon fiber actually gave me no feedback through the handle, whereas these that are the aluminum, when you're using it, you get feedback so you can kind of feel what's going on down at the business end. This doesn't, because the carbon fiber kind of absorbs all of that. You don't get a lot of feedback, so I didn't like it at first, but now I do because it's so solid. Man, I don't know, I can't recommend this enough. I bought this, it's not sponsored, and I took the guard off because I'm a savage. But this is literally my very favorite trimmer. The only thing I don't like is the battery. Here, I'll take it in the shade so you can see. You can push this and it turns green and it tells you that it has battery life, but it doesn't tell you how much is left. Whereas when you look on the Toro batteries and you push, you'll see it tells you that one's 3/4 full. Now Brett from Brett's Grasscapades, who is my compadre and works with me over at Yard Mastery, has told me that the newer versions of the Ego actually do have some sort of an indicator to tell you how much battery life is left. I guess mine's a couple years old. So either way, gold standard, as far as I'm concerned, is Ego. Now, next though, I do like the Toro. It's not sponsored, however, they sent me all this. I mean, if you were me and Toro was gonna be like, bro, we're gonna send you all of these free tools, wouldn't you say yes? I mean, yes. So now we can talk gold standard all day, but something you wanna consider, this unit here, the Ego, $229, whereas the Toro, $169. And that's kind of just the price point that these fall into. They're kind of middle of the road. They're definitely not cheap, but they're also not the most expensive game in town. They're right there in the middle. And I can tell you that I 100% approve of the quality and performance of the Toro line. And I've been using them last year, and now this year they sent me some updated ones. But the reason I like this is because I want to talk about one of the tips, and that is that I have well more than one battery. And that is really the key when you go battery, is you want to have multiple batteries. Because one thing that will happen is you will get done mowing, or you'll get done, you know, trimming or edging or whatever you're doing this week, and you won't throw that back on the charger, and then the next week it will end up running out on the far end of your lawn. So and again, that's just correcting for humans, right? I don't know, maybe you're one of those people that would charge it every single time, but I'm not. I use it and I just throw it back up on the shelf, and I go in and I have myself a cold one, you know? So having multiple batteries is a key to this. And what I'm saying is if you're gonna go battery, usually what you wanna do is you wanna commit to the line. You don't actually wanna have one Ego, one Toro, you know, one Makita, one Milwaukee or whatever. You really should commit to the line. Now I'm committed. Now I have this one because I just love it, but I'm now committed to the Toro line, again, because I got them free, but they are really good quality. I wouldn't even be showing you this if I didn't like these. I just wouldn't use them. I just wouldn't have them show up in videos. But I'm committed. I have more than enough of these batteries again because I've gotten them. There's even one up in there because I've gotten them, you know, over the years. So with that, I will tell you that what they came out with this year was this edger, which I've been using out at the Freedom Factory. It works great. This edger was kind of the one hole that they had in the line. By the way, wearing flip-flops with this proves to you it's not sponsored, even though I'm not going to pull Connor Ward and actually use the trimmer with flip-flops on. But what's interesting is the head on this is really heavy, actually. You can't tell, but it's in this video, but it's stout. And so that just makes this really nice to use. And I'm really happy that they finally came out with a bladed edger. So the long and the short of it is the advantage to battery is you eliminate the step of having to, number one, buy fuel. Number two, put the fuel in. No spills or any of that kind of stuff. You just pop the battery on and you go. And as long as you have a couple 2-tree batteries on hand, you're gonna be fine. It's really easy to just change them out and move on. And for the most part, again, with smaller lawns, DIY lawns, we're dealing with what, like 9,000 square feet, 10,000 maybe? You're gonna be good. You're not gonna run out of battery anyway. The other thing is over the years, the maintenance is less because you don't have all of this combustion going on that's gonna make you have to change a spark plug or change some of these lines or, you know, air filters. You don't have to do any of that. You just pop the battery on and go. And with the string trimmers, it's just changing the line, or with the blade edger, changing the blade. All right, y'all, so there you go. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed this little bit of a different type of thing. I try to be, you know, different kind of creative every once in a while. Hope you guys appreciate it. I know it sure does break up the monotony for me. Now, I do have one more little segment to this video coming that I'm gonna go edit right now. It'll probably come out tomorrow. And that segment is going to be showing you another way to alleviate frustration for many of you. I'm actually saying goodbye to the Ortho sprayer because I know how many of you have had frustrations from this thing. So that'll be coming up next, and it'll be just another little segment to this video on how to be successful in the lawn by being able to enjoy the work. With that, I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you in the lawn.